Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tamer and let's start our new episode of Ielts Frequently Asked Questions. For example, some people ask themselves why IELTS exam is that required. So let's just discuss the importance of the IELTS, not for us only, for the world and for students and even for the graduates and undergraduates. Some people ask why is it required? So of course, as you can see, the first thing it is required for migration as well as academic purposes, people just moving from one country to another. Or there are certain academic purposes abroad where they need to study in different countries and in English speaking countries. So one of the requirements or the basic requirements is the IELTS score. Some people just get confused about the scores, and the simple answer to this question is that foreign universities and visa granting authorities need to be sure that of course, you should be able to speak English properly, and you should have kind of communication skills, so that whenever they grant you any kind of visas or that stuff, they are sure that this will be appropriate, and this is the person who is able to have kind of or a person who is not having any kind of communication issues while being in a certain country. Here we have some kind of ways that a person needs to do whenever he calculates his score. Sometimes you ask yourself, of course, there are 4 sections. They are out of 9. Of course, they are just added together and divided in order to get this band score. So, for example, we have the listening evaluation criteria, how this is assessed. For example, if you have like 39 to 40 questions or correct answers, you get band 9 score. 37, 38, 8.5 course. There is 8.5, 8, 7.57, and etc. According to what you can see. The same idea with IELTS reading scores at the same time. So this you can have a look at this part or this slide so that you can have a proper or a closer look to the band scores. Sometimes we ask ourselves in writing, for example, how am I assessed in the writing? So there are many things that we should consider. For example, if you want to get a band of 9 or 8 or 7 or whatever. So there are task achievements that you should have kind of coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and also the accuracy and the grammatical range. Of course, we'll be talking about all of these in detail, but I'm just giving you an idea of what is required, what and how writing tasks are assessed. Let's just have an idea about what fluency and coherence are, what grammatical range and accuracy are as well. Let's just jump to one of these bands, like for example, the person who is going to get band 8. This person is the one who speaks fluently without any occasional repetition. He's really self-confident and he has self-correction. He's not, he doesn't have any kind of hesitation, or at least hesitation is usual. And according to this, he's going to get the band of 8. So the person who is fluent should look at, or if you want to check whether you're fluent and have any kind of coherence, you look at these band scores, and this is the criteria. Another thing concerning grammatical range and accuracy, of course you can be very fluent, but your problem is that you're not accurate. Or you can be accurate but you're not that fluent. Of course, this should be mixed together. So the range of words, the range of vocabulary, the accuracy, like the correct or the exact use of words, or the sentences in your speech will affect how you are evaluated. Here, let's have kind of assessment to yourself. Now you can talk to yourself for like 2 minutes, record yourself in front of a mirror or something, and then check. If you want to check your fluency and coherence, Ask yourself, am I speaking fluently with only rare repetition or self-correction? Am I speaking with like a range of vocabulary with full flexibility and precision in all topics? Am I speaking with full range of structures? And be careful of the word naturally. It should be very natural. Do not try to improvise stuff that is not that is improper or shows that you are just not unnatural. Another thing is, which is really important in speaking tests, is that you should produce correctly pronounced words, like use full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. So, if you want to get like the exact requirement for speaking, consider the first part. Of course, you should be like focusing on or targeting the first column or the first row, like you are fluent, you are producing coherence, you have like a fantastic and to the point lexical resource, your grammar is perfect, you're accurate, and your pronunciation is like perfect as the same time at the same time. So this way, of course, you can get band score. So if you go below 8 and 7 and also 6, you'll find that the range of these things just gets a bit less. Um, some people say, is it mandatory or compulsory to take the IELTS? Of course, it's not. I can say that it's not. IELTS is not that mandatory in all universities or all university admissions. Some universities do not even want the IELTS course, but some of them want them for like admission purposes. Like some people want to get the PhD or to do master degree, whatever, in certain universities, and they one of the requirements at the IELTS score maybe 6, maybe 6.5, maybe 7, according to the requirement that is needed in that country or in that university. Some people do not know who directs this part or these exams, and they ask which is the best, or which is best for the IELTS. Is it IDP or the British Council? Of course, IDP is the International Development Program. Of course, there is no difference between the IELTS test at the British Council or the IDP, right? So some people can take it anywhere, at any time, according to the dates assigned on the internet. So as you know, because some people think that it is only organized by the British Council. No, it is organized by the IDP, which is an international education organization that offers placement for students in different countries around the world, such as Canada, UK, maybe Australia, yes, and etc. So you're free to sit for the IELTS, and do not bother yourself that there's a difference between that test and the other. Another thing that we need to consider is you can take the IELTS exam with IDP up to once a week, 4 times a month. It's just a general piece of knowledge. The British Council and IDP global schedule for test dates are 48 days per year. So, of course, you can just get in touch with all these dates over the internet. Just feel free to ask any questions or comment if you want more detailed answers. If you move to this part, some people say that there are certain exams that are, or live tests can be difficult if they are just directed by this IDP or British Council. Of course, the difficulty is not in this concern. So IDP and British Council conduct IELTS test, but they do not write them. As you know, of course, there are certain people who are called test makers. And all tests used at the British Council and IDP are compiled by the Cambridge English Language Assessment, who is one of the joint owners of the IELTS. I wish that I gave you like a hint about some of the frequently asked questions. And I wish that the next time, if somebody has any certain questions about any